About the process of kind of moving past that last game and kind of getting back to the quarterback that you are.
I just kind of watched the film and then put it to rest and open the books for next week.
When you looked at the film, did you see anything? Was it kind of what you expected?
Saw mistakes. It was the wrong team.
One of the things that Fish was talking about after the game was having trouble just throwing the ball away from time to time. Have you been able to progress with that at all this week?
Yeah, I mean, that's more of like a game time thing. I mean, in practice, ideally, your guys are open guys, but you're always working on it.
Just a coach who recruited you out of high school was telling me that what he saw from you is you like to try and challenge defensive coordinators during games. What's that thought process? Is it something that you see that maybe you didn't see on film that you like to go after or something?
Not really. I mean, Coach Fish just kind of calls a play, and I try to do what we talked about in meetings. Don't really try to do anything extra. We just game plan according to what a coordinator does. And just try to do it and tell him.
A few weeks ago, you said that Coach Fish has a unique way of humbling you guys in film room. How would you kind of describe that process?
I mean, we didn't need humbling this week. We kind of did that to ourselves. So we didn't get much of that this week. So we just kind of got to keep pushing.
But in general, what's kind of the film process like with Coach Fish?
He just, I mean, when you win, you think you played better than you did, and when you lose, you think you played worse than you did a lot of the time. And when we win, he makes sure everyone knows that they messed up. We need briefly applauds people when they do well, but I mean, everyone always does that, but people often overlook the mistakes. He just makes sure that you don't overlook the mistakes, so you can coach all 11.
As a leader of this team, how do you go about kind of galvanizing the guys right now and keeping the spirits up?
Don't look ahead, look right now. And we got a meeting at 4:30, and we got a tour of deficit at 4:30. Tomorrow will come, and we'll address that when it comes.
How have your leadership skills changed since you were a freshman to now?
It's not the skills have changed, it's just you sort of assume more responsibility, and you just kind of you develop those skills. I mean, I think kind of one of the keys being a leader is you can't be someone you're not, so you just have to keep trying to be a better version of yourself.
Have you tried to be a rah-rah guy and it just doesn't feel right? Or?
I don't know, I mean, it'll happen every now and then, but like that's not me. I like to lead by example and try to pull and push guys along with me, and I think a lot of the times they can see through things that aren't authentic, and I feel like I try to be as authentic as I can and give everything I can in the field. Hopefully my teammates will rally around that and play as hard as they can for each other.
You guys are honoring Gary Beaven this week. Have you had a chance to meet him or kind of learn any about him winning the Heisman?
Yeah, I've met him briefly a few times. Haven't indulged in a long conversation, but I've met him a few times.
You kind of evaluated your play to this point this season? Getting more games this year?
We're game by game. Hasn't been great this last week, so we'll try to improve that this week.
What's the key to doing that? Is there one thing that you did that you want to eliminate, or
throw it to your team?
How important is that? I mean, you guys have turned the ball over 15 times in 6 games to kind of cut down on that.
I mean, that's like everything. Yeah, I mean, turnovers, turnovers end games, and they I'm not going to say in our situation every single loss, but just in general, turnovers are the great neutralizers that allow worse teams to beat better teams. If you can take the ball away, then it doesn't matter how many yards they have, because they don't have the ball to convert.
This was the point last year where your season ended. Did that thought cross your mind this week, and are you kind of grateful right now for this second half in a way?
I'm always grateful, but no, I don't think I'll last at all. Try to just keep moving forwards.
Is there anything that Arizona did specifically force those bad passes? Or?
I didn't appreciate the targeting too much. That wasn't great. They kind of played angry. Not a cheap team at all. I just did a few things here and there, but not really. I just didn't play well. I just wasn't on my game. I got to kind of go back and find out in my routine what I did that was off. fix whatever went wrong. And
Did you see the
Last
sign
question.
somebody had that said Josh Rosen is fake news at the Arizona game?
I see that.
Is that a good sign? Or?
I mean, it's funny, but it's not true. I think I said that once, but I'm a real person.
Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.